We hope you enjoyed that beautiful Kirtanam in the mellifluous voice of K. Venkateshwaran. Dance has a way of reaching deep inside the dancer and creating parts of her character that have to be the way they are in order to be able to depict the various roles that a dancer plays in Ekahari Abhinay. But the dance also creates a surge of emotions that are not related to the dance or that particular piece, but actually touch the emotions of the person within whom this dancer exists. And sometimes in conversation, those are the aspects that come forth. Let us take a quick peek into the conversation, the emotional conversations and interchanges between Ahwaita, Madhini, and Astha.
Okay. Hi Madhni, hi Astha.
Hi.
So
Hi.
we really loved Astha's performance today, and the reason I wanted Madhini on this call is because it was from her Arangetram, and over the past few weeks we've seen a lot of items which are from her Arangetram, and I think that is one of the few KKD Arangetrams from which we've taken so many items in such a short span of time. So, Madhuni, first of all, how does that feel to have everyone craving, your items and just wanting to do every item that you've done and learn it? And also, how has your experience been looking at all of them, the Pushpanjali, the Shabdam, and today Astha? How was the entire experience for you so far?
Okay, so when I uh, when I started dancing with all of the my batchmates, I used to usually hear that this was choreographed on them when they were little or something like that, and I usually felt left out because most of the items I joined in and used to learn from the senior videos or learn from them. So this Arangetram portion is like it's mine. You have to learn it from Akka or me, and I will tell you what happened during the choreography. So it's kind of nice because I have something to give in, and the fact that other people's arangetrams I haven't watched, but the items that we have learned is quite a few, and the fact that from my arangetram, which is very recent, people are taking up the items. Really happy that uh, we're doing it pretty quickly after my arrangement. So everybody's into it already. Like they just watched it and they're learning it now. So I think it's exciting for everyone because of that as well. And uh, really important thing is that when other people are doing it, since it was choreographed on me, and Akka used to say, okay, so you will look really nice in this and this. So now, seeing that choreography being done by other people in a different manner, in their own, special touches, it is giving a very different feeling out of that item, and I feel that is creating more possibilities more than anything. And there are many parts which I have done, and I feel it could be done very differently also. And when other people do it, it is visibly. I mean, I can see it how it can be done in another manner. And especially the Pushpanjali, I did it solo. Seeing it as a group item on stage, it was performed on stage as well, apart from this recording. So on stage, when it was performed as a group item, it gave a very different, colorful look. That the joyous Pushpanjali, which was done as solo, done as group, gave a very different feeling. And the same way, when Astha did my Uyala Lugavaya, the lullaby, the feeling was totally different. I mean, you cannot say that it has to be done in this particular manner. When someone else does it and perceives it in a different way and projects in a different way, I think it comes out really different, and I really like it. I'm really enjoying this actually. It's almost like I'm having a recap of my Maya Rangetram by other people in front of me, and it's kind of fun. It is. I do feel like that at sometimes, you're not giving. that thing that I want out of it, because I know when it was being choreographed, it was said to be done this way. So I think I was a little overcautious when they were learning it in class. I mean, when I was also there when they were learning it. So I used to tell them, I mean, give a lot more corrections than I usually give for any other item, because I just felt like, you have to do that little bit because that's what is exciting in this. So you have to do that. So I've done that a lot, I think. I think the kids will vouch for that.
And I think that's all right. Like, that's also where the kids' texture of, Madhni Didi ki tarah karna hai isko comes in. And then at the same time, like, as I said, when I watched Astha today perform Uyala, it was like I was seeing that piece for the first time. Astha, how was that for you? Like, when you were learning, obviously you can't learn from Madhani or Akka right now directly. So learning online can be quite a pain.
Yeah, so the first time you told me that I need to do this item, I was really excited because I've seen this item and it was like really pretty. But then once I got to know that I have to learn it by myself, तब थोड़ा सा I was like, hey, okay. And seeing her and watching her dance is like totally delight उस expression के साथ.
If I
Yeah,
were to carry out Uyala, that image would be there in my head. And
exactly. And that is like an additional pressure to you.
हाँ भाई
So this is what you
अरे
need to
यार
do.
ये तो ऐसे हुआ था. Why am I not getting it? I just really wanted you to join in for this session because all of us, especially the three of us, our dance journey has been very closely knit throughout. I mean, through Visharads and almost all performances, we've always been together. And then now seeing someone from the concert section take up your item, I think I was very touched myself to feel that yes, finally a concert section member has taken up this item. It's so nice to hear your experience and your takeaways from this whole thing. So now Astha, coming back to you, the highlight of this week. uh, you got into DU through your ECA, right? And you've been with KKD since forever. I don't remember how long it's been with you with KKD. So, do you have a story of your journey from the time you joined KKD and how dance has been a part of you? Because I remember earlier you used to be this shy person, reserved, and always wanted to be in the groups and the background and never really wanted to take the center stage. And I remember when you did Dhumavati particularly, I think that was such a powerful role for you because none of us would have imagined seeing you as Dhuma. And when you took on that role, you really owned it. And from there, like Mahishasur Mardini, and today you're doing your solo here. How does it feel? Like, how has that transition been for you?
It's on a smooth journey. Okay, I started dancing not because I wanted to, because my mother wanted me to. So then I went. And initially I was always in groups and I myself never owned up to be on the center stage or anything. I was like, I'm good with groups, I'm performing and I'm good with that. But then years passed and I don't even know that when I fell in love with the dance form, with KPD in general, with performing on stage, and now it's been 12 years. And I think my first breakthrough as a solo performer was Zuma. And I was so tense when I was getting on stage that I was about to cry. ये होगा कि नहीं होगा, and that's when Akka said, just go on stage and I know you will do it. And that thing that I can, I will, wala cheez, I think that just made that day. I think that transition is only because of the center stage confidence is only because I would give all the credit to that Shvatmika to Dhumavati, because that is the only thing that that actually made me realize that I can.
especially in the makeup room, you were like, yeah,
After this phase, and
yeah,
I was like,
मैं ऐसे
seriously,
जाऊंगी stage पे.
no hairdo, no jewelry, nothing.
Yeah, so like completely, I think that in itself was quite a stark difference
Yeah,
from your usual Bharatnatyam routine, what you're used to. I think you did a great job that day, frankly.
thank you, thank
And
you.
and yeah, I agree. I think all of us would agree that that was definitely a stark point where we saw that, huh, theek hai, this was where Astha became a dancer in her own right. So, Astha, while we're on the topic, how has dance changed you as a person? Like we've seen the transition in dance class, but as a person, how do you feel it has changed you?
I think dance has totally changed me as a person, not aspects of me, but totally. I think when you learn dance, you not only learn the dance form, you learn a lot of things about it. So, firstly, it teaches you discipline. I think that is a must in a person's life. And that is something which I've learned from dance. And it gives you a different kind of a feel. There's this empty space in your life. I think dance fills it with positivity. So that is, I think, that is like काफी बड़ा change in your life because you have been taught to do all this, things you need to do every day. So there's this empty thing, empty space in your life. कि अब क्या करे type, and that is where dance comes in, and it's like, okay, so now this is what you need to do, and it has changed my perception altogether. When Akka says I can, I will, that is not something which has helped me to finish my margam, but it is something which has actually helped me to, to that I can, I will has that push in it. Yeah, it will make you believe that you can, so you can do it. So I think dance has totally changed me as how I approach to things now and my perspective altogether.
So, Asta, a lot of us in dance class consider you as our go-to person to vent, to talk, to anything. It's happiness we want to come to you. It's sadness we come to you. Like you're literally like the therapist of the group, I guess. So I think that has a lot to do with your subject choice in psychology. So how did you, uh, get interested in psychology as a subject, and where do you see yourself taking that aage?
Yes. So I think when I was in 10th standard, my sister had a fifth subject as psychology. So I used to see her book. It was a fascinating book. 11th, 12th psychology book was काफी fascinating. So I used to just flip pages and I used to read articles with interesting headings. Why do we dream and all that. So I was like काफी interested in that, and then I eventually realized that okay, I'm interested in the subject in general, so I need to pursue this. So that's where I actually realized that I actually like psychology because I really wanted to know how the human mind works. How everything around us revolves. It actually is related to our brains. I really wanted to study that, and I personally want to do clinical psychology so that I can get into, let's say, hospitals and NGOs. But my ultimate aim is to actually open up my own NGO. So that is like the ultimate aim that I actually want to do because so believe in the cause. So I really want to work for it.
What if not psychology, what would you sort of think of as an alternate career?
Okay, so if not psychology, I have another dream that is to be a comedian.
I think
Okay,
you'll do great in that. But yeah, please throw some more light on that.
okay. So, matlab, I think that a good sense of humor is really important. Okay, it is like one quality everyone should have. It helps you a lot in life, be it stress, be it when you're bored. So, if you are a self entertainer, I think that is the best thing you can do to your own self. You don't need anyone else. Pass your time. You are good with yourself and you can do it. So that is one quality I think everyone should have, and I really would like to try my luck there. So that
Yeah.
is like another dream I think I would go for.
I think you can incorporate comedy into your sessions
In
also. Like,
psychology.
yeah, into your sessions, whatever sessions you have with your clients and all.
Yeah,
Just
this will be
और
interesting.
कुछ नहीं. Okay, fine. You've told me about your story, but have you looked at it from this perspective? And you'll just be going back home laughing. I can almost picture that in my head. You
It's the
doing that.
best. It's an escape mechanism. I think it is the best way to deal your problems.
Huh, agreed. Like a good sense of humor is very important. You were saying you wanted to this thing now start your own NGO eventually. Um, how I think you worked with a lot of NGOs even now, even through your internships and stuff. So how has that experience been?
I think working in NGOs is like it's quite overwhelming. First of all, okay. So if you believe in a cause and you're actually working on ground for it, it's very satisfying. So I have been associated with a lot of NGOs, and I think the best. I mean, I used to think, yeah, I know a lot of stuff, and I'm good to go to an NGO. But there you realize that you don't know anything. Okay, you don't know anything, and it's like काफी ऐसे theoretical and practical चीजें. There's you actually see the difference between theory and practical when you actually work on ground. So realized working with NGOs that okay, these are the things, these are the aspects I have to actually look into, and this is the way I need to deal with it, not the way that book told me to. Okay, so that is quite challenging, but it is so satisfying at the very same time. And KKD and you have actually allowed me to work for for women empowerment, child trafficking, to spread awareness in areas that that need awareness the most. So it was so refreshing because we had a totally different approach to do it. We did it through dance, and I think that is one reason that people were so so into us. They were engaged
They
in
were
the
engaged. Every village we went to, they were all engaged.
engaged. So that कि वो engaged हुए हैं, that itself is a victory to you. That they're actually listening to what you really want to say.
I think I can't thank KKD enough for all of you. I think there were 15, 16 of you in each batch that came,
Yes, yes.
and
And there were three.
there were 3 batches. Yeah. So, like, I mean, the amount of preparedness it needs to, and especially there are so many children who've not been to a village before, and
Yeah.
all of you, like, as an entire group, you guys just merged so well and dealt with all my ranting. Like, till date, whenever I go back to them and talk to them about it, this is the takeaway. Our songs are still played on the Tilonia radio,
Yeah.
and I think that's a great achievement for any
I
institute as such. So, Asta, it's natural that as a psychologist, tell me something. This is one question I genuinely have always, that as a psychologist, you're constantly dealing with people's emotions and their thoughts, and there's a lot of people come from very dark places, and you need to bring them out of that, and you do. You more often than not, it's very successfully that you do bring them out of those places. How does that affect you as a person? Where do you find your outlet to express yourself? I mean, don't those emotions get to you as a person? So, how do you deal with that? Since even in your internships and all, you would have been dealing with people on a one-on-one basis. So, how do you ensure your own mental sanity, and how do you ensure that you have enough avenues to express yourself?
Yeah. So thing you said that you actually fixate to their life. You're like, okay, so this is what the person is dealing with. How am I? That happens with me a lot of times, be it with my friends or in NGOs or anyone else. But that is actually very. It is actually difficult to get yourself out from there because you develop that connection. But I think it's very important also to maintain your mental peace. So I think for me, this has always worked. That is writing. I write a lot about my feelings. Okay, there are times when you actually cannot go to a person and express yourself, or you don't even know what you really want to express in general. You don't know what you feel at that particular time, so you just write. And I think that is something that never fails you. And I write a lot, and I might not even read it after writing, and it's just written and it's somewhere else. I don't even know where it is now. But I think that venting is very important, and I think that writing is something that never fails you. Okay, so you just go on writing, 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 and you don't even know what you're writing at certain points. You're just like, okay, if you are gonna read it, then it's like you don't even there'll be parts which you don't even know कि okay ये भी मैं सोच रही थी while writing.
So, with that, we come to the end of today's session. Thank you so much for being a part of Super Solo Saturdays, and thank you for carrying out the item so beautifully and gracing this interview so beautifully. I think we really had, I know I enjoyed talking to you.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Insights galore. Indeed, Arangetrams make for a deep sense of involvement with every item that is created for that dancer. And it is indeed a responsibility to execute it if it is done by somebody else. And of course, many other emotions that were shared by the girls today. Stay tuned for next week when we come up with a very special program this time. Until then, namaste.